everybody. We're out here today with Tony Knight from Parkway Honey, and he's going to tell us a little bit about beekeeping. So I'm going to pass this over to him and let him tell you, all about what he knows about keeping bees.
Okay, well, that was a generous introduction. I fooled with them for 40 years, but I'm not no expert by any means. I've got 6 working hives. I'm standing by the best one I have on the property here. They do have 3 honey supers on them, so I'm hoping I get about 75-80 pounds of honey off them here in the next 6 weeks or so. Some of the items I guess that I made notes of to talk about today, one of them was because it's this time of the year, is swarming. Some people know what that is and some don't. Some people see them and don't know what's going on, but it's spring of the year, or late summer, or spring now, getting ready to go into summer here in another 3 or 4 weeks. But bees do that this time of the year to propagate. Big word there, but anyway, that's how they reproduce. They'll build up early and get everything full of little bees and honey, and then they'll divide in half, and the old queen and half of the bees will go out, settle on a limb somewhere, and that's what normally you guys see and say, oh me, there's a bunch of bees, I'm afraid of them, don't get around them, they'll eat me up, when that's really not the case. But this has been a bad year. I haven't seen but 3 swarms, 3 or 4, and usually I get calls all the time. I mentioned why they do it: to reproduce, to take one colony and divide and make 2. That's the way the Lord figured it for honeybees to reproduce. And a lot of people are afraid. They see them in the yard or on a bush or a tree, and all they know to do is try to get rid of them. Well, I've got a few notes here of things you can do. Number 1, you may know a beekeeper, and you could call him to come and get them if they're easy to get. And if it's one of those times when you notice them and they've already gone in a hole in your vinyl siding on your house, or in the eave of your house or something, then that brings on a whole different set of circumstances. And you still need to call a beekeeper, or you can call the Muhlenberg County UK Extension Office, whom Darrell Simpson is our extension agent, but they know all or most of us beekeepers, and they'll call around, get somebody to come look at your issue and then tell you whether they can get them, or whether you, if it's gone far enough, whether you may just have to call an exterminator and get rid of them. But we hope you don't have to do that. Anyway, I believe that covers me on the swarming. I can't think right off of any other issues I need to mention. Can you see this hive working good here by me? 10 o'clock in the morning, and they're really going out and getting honey and coming back. And that's the way we like to see all the bees do. Thought I might mention also 2 or 3 disease issues that if you're going to get into the business or want a colony of bees around the house, that you need to be aware of. One of them is varroa mites. I think that's spelled varroa, V-A-R-R-O-A. And that's probably the worst issue. You can't see them, but they get on the bees like a leech, and they will multiply. And if you do not treat with some kind of mite insecticide or something, you can go online and find out all those treatments. They will kill off your bees, and then you won't have any. Hive beetles, another issue. Little black bug that's a hard shell beetle, and they will get in the hive and live like ants will get in somewhere and live, and eventually they will do your bees in. So there's two items that you need to be aware of if you're going to get into the bee business. The third one is wax moth. Now that's not no big issue as long as you've got a good strong hive. They will get rid of the moths for you. So I haven't had a wax moth issue here in this yard in, Lord, I guess 5-6 years, because I try to keep all my bees strong. Another point may be, if you're thinking about getting into the bee business or wanting a colony to have around the house, is cost. It's reached the point where it's not cheap anymore for you to get you a hive, get you a colony of bees, and put them in the yard and then enjoy having them around without it being a big cost. A complete hive kit from one of the reputable companies includes the suit, the veil, the gloves, the smoker to calm them with, and one deep hive like this one here, and 4 shallows. In fact, this one here is what you're looking at what you'll get if you ordered a new one. And I looked the other day so I could tell you reasonably close. This setup right here that you're looking at will cost you about $650 at one of the reputable companies. I don't do that. I make all mine. All I order is the frames that go inside, and that way I can make them a lot cheaper than that. But if you have to buy, right here what I'm leaning on, you're looking at $650. Then if you have to buy a 3-pound package of honeybees from one of those companies, you're looking at another $150. So you're looking at $800 or so for this setup right here and the bees in it like you see working. So, you know, you need to consider that, because one mislick with those varroa mites I was talking about, and your $800 is gone the first year. And I just wanted you to be aware of that. Why honeybees are important. And this is true even for you guys who are afraid of them, and if you see the swarm in the yard on a bush, you stay away or want to get rid of them or call somebody or whatever. All of the food you eat, with the exception of a couple of items, require honeybees to pollinate. They pollinate many of our crops, most all of the vegetables you get. So if we were to lose them, like we've been doing in the past several years here in not only Kentucky but the whole United States, then you won't have veggies in your garden to go eat. Only 2 things I can think of right now that wouldn't be affected by the honeybee, and that's corn, because the wind pollinates it. It shakes the tassel on top, and the pollen falls down beside the stalk to the silk down there where the ear of corn's at. So if we lost every honeybee in the United States, you'd eat corn and soybeans, because they kind of work the same way, one day. Then the next day you'd eat soybeans and corn. That would be your change up. That will get old in a hurry. So let me reiterate, if you see a swarm, even if you're afraid, call the extension office, call a beekeeper you know, because we need to save the bees so that we have veggies and crops that we can eat. And they're the only ones that will pollinate some of it. We get a whole lot from bumblebees, but it'd be serious in this country if we lost all the honeybees to these diseases I've been telling you about. I'll go ahead and say then, a lot of people think smoke calms the bees. Well, it does have that effect, but that's not what it's doing. They communicate with pheromones, smells. You introduce that smoke, and they can't put out that odor that says, "Warning, intruder, grab him." So they're calm, you think. I'm gonna put my shirt on. I don't want them going up the shirt sleeves. I will put this on though, because all it takes is one to go zzz, and that stinger stick in your eyeball and you in a bad way. Okay. There's an issue you have. Look at here. Ant nest. You got a little smoke to start with. Give them 2 little puffs right there. That upsets all the guards that's on duty at the mouth of the hive. My goodness. Look at the honey they've done attached to the top here. You see how calm they are? They're not bothering me at all. Down there. This is a new swarm that I put in here about 10-12 days ago. All that tannish capped color there in the center of that is little bees capped up ready to hatch. So we got a good queen in this one. Looks like they're doing good. Gonna look at one more for we quit. See them coming up there. Well, this is nothing but honey. Bees on, yeah, there's some little bees on this side. Well, we see what we want to know. They're doing good. Nothing to it.
All right, well, we really want to thank Tony Knight from Parkway Honey for meeting with us today and teaching us a little bit about honeybees and about beekeeping. And we want to thank you for joining us again today to watch this video. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.